Hey guys, it's Chris with KStrong. I got Chris with me to help out. And we're here now to talk about fall protection, of course, and we're moving on to our 6-foot shock absorbing lanyards. So a few things surround these. Number one, the benefit of using a shock absorbing lanyard and what that's going to do for you during a fall. And also choosing the right tool for the job type of situation. When is it appropriate to use a 6-foot shock absorbing lanyard? So just like on the previous demonstration, we have our 240-pound weight attached to a 6-foot shock absorbing lanyard. You can see the shock pack here. This mimics being tied off at the worker's end, the weight being the worker. So with that being said, Chris, go ahead and send that guy up. The real thing to think about when using your 6-foot shock absorbing lanyards are your fall clearances. And anytime you're using fall protection, you have to think about your fall clearance. What is fall clearance, you might ask? How far below me is whatever it is that I'm going to hit, right? How far am I off the ground, or how far am I away from that pipe rack, or whatever that situation is? I have to know my fall clearance so that I can choose the right tool for the job. In this case, I got the 6-foot shock absorbing lanyard. So how high off the ground do I need to be? Well, I don't know. We're somewhere in the neighborhood of 10 feet off the ground right now, where that weight is at anyways. The top of the sign from the structure that you're looking at here is about 12'8" or 12'4", something like that. So let's go ahead and drop it and see what happens. So quite a few things to take away on this. Number one, it was a lot less violent than our previous drop, right? The drop that we did on the work positioning lanyard, because we had that shock pack, as you can see here, is all ripped out, right? Now, I would be willing to bet that our load that our worker experienced is far less than before. So on our previous drop, we experienced 2,700 plus pounds of force. On this one, it was 756 pounds of force. So quite a bit better of a situation. That could have been all the way up to 1,900, because that's what these shock packs are. I'm sorry, it could have been all the way up to 900 pounds, because that's what these shock packs allow for. So choosing the right tool for the job. I was working in a position where I was exposed to a fall, and I used a shock absorbing lanyard. So that's a good thing. But now what about the height? Had this been a real situation, and my head would be right about here, if you recall from the demo we did on the body harnesses and putting body weight, body being suspended in the harness, the lanyard was connected right about the top of my head. Well, if this were the top of my head, then the rest of me is on the ground, right? That's broken ankles, broken femurs, maybe a broken pelvis, who knows what. So in this situation, a 6-foot shock absorbing lanyard was not the right tool for the job. For one of these to be effective, I need to be about 18 feet in the air, right? You got 6 foot for the shock absorbing lanyard, plus another 6 foot for the average worker, right? That gets you to 12 feet, plus another 4 feet for what's in the shock pack, accounting for worst case scenario of a full deployment, right? So that gets you to somewhere around 16 feet. Then if you add a couple of feet in there for a safety factor, that gets you to 18 feet. So that's what we need to be thinking about when we're choosing our tools. So what are our big takeaways? Number one, the benefit of choosing the right tool for the job when I'm exposed for a fall, using a shock absorbing device of some kind, as opposed to a work positioning device or just regular old rope. But number two, again, choosing the right tool for the job. If I'm below that 18 feet, I need something else besides a 6-foot shock absorbing lanyard. That something else is an SRL. And that's what we're going to talk about next. We'll see you in a